Hi there, I'm Chris. I'm not a chef. Like you, I'm just trying to get through the coronavirus while in lockdown. But I do know a lot about food and the food business and food safety. So I'm here to help you have a better time and learn more so you don't get freaked out in the kitchen while you're being holed up in the house. Okay, now I want to talk about ice baths and cooling things down. Now there's two reasons you would want to do this. First is to take something frozen and make it not frozen, and the other is to take something hot and cool it down before you put it in the fridge or make it not, as hot as you need it. So anytime you need to change the temperature of something drastically, you generally don't want to just leave it on the counter, especially with meats. You don't want to do that at all. So what you would do is you make an ice bath, and it's just take a bunch of ice. There's no exact way to do it, but some ice, 50-50 is usually what you'll hear, but that usually depends on what kind of ice you have and whether your ice maker is keeping up or whether you're like us, you don't even have an ice maker. So we rarely use ice. So what we usually do, instead of using ice, which takes a little bit longer, but not that bad, is we take a little pot or a Tupperware or whatever it may be, and we fill it up with water and put our thing inside that we want to cool down or thaw out, and then we leave the water going like this, just on the edge. You don't want to have the water hit, like if you put a roast in here that's been in the freezer, you don't want to put it right under the water, but that's okay. Do not use hot water, use the cold side so you don't use all your hot water, and just let it run, and it'll overflow right into the sink, and it'll thaw really fast, and it'll cool things down very fast. At this point, and don't worry about wasting water. Your health is kind of more important, because like I said, the whole point is to not get people sick, and you don't want people to need to go to the doctor or the hospital. So this is how they do it in restaurants. This is how they cool things down. So you can do the same thing at home. And if, like I said in another video on putting things in the fridge, you don't want to take something that you need to cool down, and if you want to just throw it in the fridge while it's really hot. You'll want to do this to it. And there are some things you can't exactly do this to. So like a soup, obviously your soup will get thinned out. So you can take your soup pot and put it in something bigger, or even use your sink. Could be a possibility. You'll just have to change the water a different way because you'll have to plug the bottom of your sink. But you could even use the sink itself if this was a soup pot and it's full of soup. It's really hot, but I want to cool it down to freeze it or something. You wouldn't want to just stick it in the freezer or in the fridge, because for one, it'll create a lot of steam and get everything moist in there and humidity, but also it will warm up the things it's sitting next to. And I assume during this pandemic that you're going to be maybe filling up your fridge a little more than usual. So cooling things down like this before you put them in the fridge or eat them or whatever you're trying to do, or for thawing them out, is actually quite efficient and safe for you. So that's the way that you should be thawing things out and cooling them down before you put them in the fridge. Thanks.